Hello, welcome back. So I believe I'm at the end of the game. This may or may not. I was looking at the sound wave on Audacity and it really confused me for a second. I thought I was recording, and I thought I didn't delete, but I'm stupid. Anyway, I'm pretty sure we're near the ending of the game. This may or may not be the final part. I'm not entirely sure. Actually, I'm pretty sure, yes. I mean, look at this place. This screams final level, like end level. We're climbing the giant tower I've been pointing out. That was in the background of the entire game. Oh look, another memory. Kick ass. It's like the game will not allow me to see the background.
I had a role in my family's demise, but I did not start the fire. Centaurs don't live in Oxford, but a certain doctor did. I saw him, a preening undergraduate. Now I remember him. That key belongs to Lizzie's room.
She's finally put it together! Of course, again, in her defense... Actually, he's gonna be right here in front of us? I think there's a bunch of platforming to go through still. Yes, well, actually, well, in any case, continue what I was saying. To be fair, in her defense, he was trying to erase her memory, or make her forget. Ew. Hey! Oh, a final memory.
My father would wish that you hold your tears, girls. He lived a long life, and as the poet says, like a clock worn out with eating time, the wheels of weary life at last stood still.
We finally made it to this damn train. Whoops, go back, go back. It's just telling me where to go. But Wonderland was pointing signs to her all over the place. This train looks very big. A little bit more platforming to do. Alright. Still sending your lowest level enemy, Tucky. Oh! The insane children. Oh, you're not... I'm not paying attention at all. Alright, there we go. Wow, alright, they're sending the low enemies at me, but they're sending lots of them at me. Beep! Gotta take care of the flying assholes. Ow. Alright, so far so good. I say it so many times, but Are you kidding me? I hate computers sometimes. Stupid warranty going out on a computer. That fucked with my capturing me so goddamn annoyed. I wish you could disable that shit. Anyway, look, the insane children are being turned into dolls. So where do I go? Looks like there's only one way to go. Well, what's back here? Wasn't there a keyhole over here or something? Or is this where I'm supposed to go? Where am I supposed to go? I think that's the way. So what's down here? Another memory, a bottle. Nope, just background object. Okay. Bum, 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 bum. Oh, but there is something over here. I like it.
I'm no toy. He wanted me to do things I didn't want to do.
Dr. Bumby is kind of a fucking perverted asshole. Huh. Bum, 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 bum. Oh, that is disgusting.
Am I not the most wretched and selfish of fortune's fools? Oblivious, I live in a training ground for prostitutes. My mentor is an abuser and purveyor. I've been complicit with my sister's murderer and the killer of my family as he corrupted my mind. I sought relief from my pain and you turned me away from the truth.
You are almost there, almost free from what you fear. You could have been cured. You could have forgotten.
Abandon the memory of my family.
They are dead, and you should be
You
too.
misbegotten abomination! Murderer! You blood-sucking parasite! The damage you've done to children! The abuse!
I provide a service. In the great and awful metropolis, appetites of all sorts must be gratified.
My family! My mind! The infernal train!
The train is your invention, your defense. I merely set its schedule and itinerary. The train is coming with its shiny cars, with comfy seats, and wheels of stars. So hush, my little ones, have no fear. The man in the moon is the engineer.
I'll stop that train, if it's the last thing I do!
As you wish, it will be. You're lost, and where your body is, your mind will follow. Perhaps it's already there.
Woo. So, before I kind of continue, that dude is just the fucking worst. Time frozen. So he raped her sister and then killed her and then burned down her house, killing her family and almost killing Alice. And then the kids in his orphanage were turned into prostitutes for even more sick assholes. This game is dark. And her story really went dark after the first two books. That's what the numbers around the children's necks were. And if you go all the way back to the first part of the game, of this Let's Play, I speak, it's kind of hard to hear because of the sound balancing, but when I run back here actually, there's a group of kids talking about basically foreshadowing to the prostitution. You're saying, why didn't she have a number on her neck, and she didn't like being touched, and she's the teacher's pet and shit. Is this where I'm supposed to go? No, I'm supposed to go to the train station. But it was all in front of her face, and she ignored it. But again, in her defense, Bumby was trying to make her forget, screwing with her mind. But the dude's just some of the worst. Worst kind of person. Now she's going to the train in real life. This is actually very Stephen King-ish, if you read the It. I was interrupted. But if you read the story of the they defeat the creature in both the past and present time. Kind of happening, well, sort of happening here. In this case, she's fighting Bumby in the present and in her mind, or in the real world and her mind.
You oozing sore of depravity! Children wearing their names around their necks as if they're breeding livestock!
A declaration of their pedigree. You could use one. They're proud to display their provenance.
You brute! They can't remember who they are or where they're from. How many minds have you twisted into forgetfulness?
Not enough. Yours would have been a triumph. Still, you're an insane wreck. My work is done.
This too is a really good song. And we're finally on board this train. And until this point on, I believe I'm going to stop talking because it's a lot of cutscene. The background's neat too. So let's get to it.
Hatter, I must stop this infernal train and the evil force that drives it.
Everything's a nail, is it, Miss Hammerhead? First it was all search, freighted with fear and fragmented memories. Now it's the train. Never time for tea. While your brain's on holiday, we're ruined. Now we're all mad here, and that's a good excuse for going to hell in a teapot, but not for forgetting what your senses saw. Forgetting is just forgetting, except when it's not. Then they call it something else. I'd like to forget what you did. I've tried, but I can't.
You've used me and abused me, but you will not destroy me.
No, the damage is done. The old Alice and her Wonderland retreat are demolished. You can't even recognize what's happened, and you're powerless to change it or move against me. I've made certain of that. Come to receive your punishment, then?
I know I'm guilty of something, but punishment never suits the victims of the crime.
Abuse is a crime the strong visit on the weak. You're right, abusers are insufficiently punished for the damage they do. Those who witness abuse without seeking retribution for the harm pay a penalty. Your own pain mitigates your failure to act earlier, but you may not yet have paid enough for witnessing the pain of others.
You corrupted my memories, but you failed to make me forget.
I could have made you into a tasty bit. Clients out the door waiting for a piece from a raving, delusional beauty with no memory of the past or no sense of the future. But you wouldn't forget. You insisted on holding on to your fantasies. You're mad, like your sister.
Don't speak of her. You didn't know her.
Your sister was a tease, pretended to despise me. She got what she wanted in the end.
My Lizzie, what is this train's destination?
Madness and destruction. You shouldn't ask questions you know the answer to. It's not polite. And that noise wasn't Lizzie talking in her sleep.
Oh, no. Oh, poor Lizzie.
And there are no centaurs in Oxford. Make your survival mean something, or we are all doomed!
Hide in your shadow.
Alright. The first and only legit boss battle in this game. I gotta remember how to fight this.
Paid for.
Pretty simple. Oh, well, there you go. Die, puppet master! Fighting you in my mind and in the real world. Evading for days is like the best strategy for this boss. Nails on class. Lovely. Excuse me. Those things are supposed to drop health, aren't they? I mean, that's why usually enemies spawn in the middle of boss fights, is to give you health. Am I supposed to be attacking you or something? I'm just gonna wait for you to get tired. I mean, your weakness is showing. There we go.
Significant.
Round 2.
Cost of forgetting is high.
Oh yeah, I remember this fight. Oh no, you're shaking your non-existent ass at me. Oh boy! Thank you for slow bow warning. Aww. Did you hurt yourself, you stupid hand? You're also missing a finger. Oh! I already failed the achievement of not doing this without getting hit. Because of damn stupid ass minions. Did I miss something? Excuse me. Pardon me. I dodged it. I think I need the teapot cannon this up. That works too. I guess it did its job. Got destroyed. You're no puppet hand now. What are you going to do?
Make believe Avenger.
Confirmed. Ooh, it's a good part of the song starting to play. I gotta remember what I'm supposed to do now. There we go. Teapot cannon for days! No! I evaded! As you can see in this fight, you can understand why the achievement is kind of a pain in the ass. Just gotta evade in circles, really. And then destroy those fucking things. Ow.
I'll see you charged. In prison, some half-wit bruiser will make you his sweetheart, and then you'll hang.
Indeed. A hysterical woman, former lunatic, roaring outrageous accusations against a respectable social architect and scientist. My God, Alice, who would believe you? I scarcely believe it myself.
You, monstrous creature. Such evil will be punished.
By whom? By what? Psychotic, silly bitch. Your madness will be punished. Now leave. I'm expecting your replacement.
Can't go home again. No surprise, really. Only a very few find the way, and most of them don't recognize it when they do. Delusions, too, die hard. Only the savage regard the endurance of pain as the measure of worth. Forgetting pain is convenient. Remembering it, agonizing. But recovering the truth is worth the suffering. And our Wonderland, though damaged, is safe in memory for now.
And that was Londerland. There needs to be a damn third game. God. So now, taking it in mind with other lands and what we know about the story a little bit, that part of the ending makes much more sense. Not Londerland. Londerland is the new Wonderland, a mix of the real world and her world. But no, I'm talking about the part when Bumby saw her in the dress, in her Wonderland dress. Because in other lands, she's entering the minds of other people. So I guess she entered his mind temporarily and he got to see her in that. Which scared him. And the little fucking asshole got what he deserved. I don't know, but doing with psychological shit like that, he might not be dead. At least not in her mind, because, you know, the basic plot of other lands is there's something stalking her in Londerland and in other people's worlds. So, I mean, it could be him. I mean, taking this all the way to Fear, how, spoilers to Fear 3, how Harlem Wade was the ultimate villain in that game, even though he was dead in real life, because he was a dark memory in Alma's mind. So, you know, he might be still a dark memory in hers. He may have prevented, she might have just undid his corruption that she, goddamn, dude. She might have undid The corruption he did to her mind. That was the whole point of that battle. I mean, that's generally what the battle was. I don't know. I really hope EA does make the third game. Or actually, I should say, I hope EA lets American McGee make the third game. Because it's good. These are good games that flew under people's radars. A lot of games do that, though. But this game was awesome. Its story didn't make much sense. It does take a few playthroughs to kind of piece things together, which in some ways is good. The story was a little bit confusing, and then that damn Japanese level just dragged the fuck on. It's a pretty level, but it just goes on forever, which is kind of fitting because you're climbing a damn mountain. But nonetheless, again, I love this game. I'm glad I watched that YouTuber I'm subscribed to play it, and I'm glad it went on sale for $5 later on, so I can quickly get it with Microsoft points and play it. And I'm also really glad that the Xbox 360 and PlayStation 3 versions came with the original game upscaled, which was already re-released similar on the PC long before this game's release, but they didn't package them together on Steam for some reason. Doesn't sound like the music's going to continue. I will let this run, but there's no like end credits or nothing. Worth's been underrated since wealth's been overvalued. But we did it! And you can replay through the game and select your dress. The story mode lets it changes how we saw it. You know, classic, regain health while shrunk. So when you switch the dress, obviously you'll be wearing it throughout the entire game instead of it switching. Steam dress. Breakables drop more teeth and roses. That would be kind of useful. Enemies drop twice as many roses. That's also pretty useful. The Silk Maiden, enemies drop as many teeth. I guess if you need teeth, no, it's not that difficult. This is like the hard mode. The Royal Suit. Health limited to 4 roses total. And then you strength sense duration is doubled, and that's it. And then of course DLC. I like all the dresses really. And the classics, well, classic. That one's pretty cool. It's all steampunkish. Like this one. It's the only one she doesn't have socks on too. Or boots or socks. This one's alright. The Royal Suit's pretty neat. And this one's cool too, I guess. I like the stitching being ripped up. Anyway, and then of course the weapons. And then they also have this stuff. Enemy stuff about the characters. Cheshire Cats. I suppose I can admit that he's my alter ego, perfectly willing to give voice to the doubts and fears I'm unable to express. He's usually not courageous enough to demand a terribly rash risk of me, but turns cynical and sarcastic, distant, philosophical, flip and earnest. He can render valuable services as long as he can keep himself out of harm's way. I know he means to help me, but he is, after all, a cat, and they're not known for altruism. There's enemies that were not in this game, but they do have in this list. Let me see if I can find it. Yeah, see, Mayor, this dude. What does that say? Like many discredited or discarded politicians, the mayor seems sufficiently deluded that he refuses to accept rejection as a sign of rejection. I know that denial is a dangerous thing. I don't always behave as if I know. Nothing Radcliffe. Oh yeah, see, these people are randomly wanted in here. This mute has a sufficiently melancholy face and disposition to suit any funeral, but his profession pointed in me in unproductive directions, and I needed to ignore him. Stuff I'm specifically talking about would be down here in chapter 5. The Dollmaker. This heinous criminal assumed the benign title of a decent craftsman to deceive the world and perhaps himself. The lie must be exposed. The truth will out. The truth will out, or I will perish. Insane children. Once the hapless tools of my nemesis, these mistreated, insulted, and long-suffering juveniles have lost sight and all hope of returning to normal. I know them better than I like, and not as well as I should. And the leader. If the metaphor has it right that in the kingdom of the blind, the one-eyed are kings, there's certainly an analog among the insane children, though whether their king has assumed her role by virtue or being less insane is debatable. Toy soldiers. Yeah, see right here, this guy was removed from the game. The doll boy. Not surprisingly, the jerry-built, nailed-together malevolent automaton masquerading as a child violates every mother's wise admonition. Her injunction, "Don't play with scissors," would fall on deaf ears if he had any. He cares nothing for sense. He doesn't have any of that either. I wish I had a hammer. Not in the game. Never fought. Dog baby. Only seen this in the background. I pointed out during this part, or no, last part. This grotesque aberration of nature seemed to have already been incapacitated before I arrived. Well, the story, this one acknowledges it. Perhaps turned on and made a mockery of by its fellow abominations, a tragedy that such lovely ears should be wasted on such a pitiful face. Doll girl was her name. The female of the species, so to speak, is equally questionable. Their deprived maker played no favorites. Her voluminous clothing appears to conceal more than her body would demand. Well, that's the end of this game. I would like to hopefully continue in the future play other lands. Until then, I will gladly watch it when it's released, because I'm pretty sure it will be released freely, since you can't buy it, because that's just the weird thing about their copyright or their ownership or whatever. It's weird. Whatever. Hope you enjoyed it. If you watched this from beginning to end, thank you very much if you did. And I guess that's it. Thanks for watching. Check back later for other lands, hopefully, and other games. Bye.